How's it going, everybody? This is Mike Nasty Live, doing the Sports Talk 12 here. Sports Talk 12. We're going to go with some power rankings in the NFL. And surprisingly enough, you got the Rams in first place. You got the New Orleans Saints second, Kansas City Chiefs third, New England, and the Chargers. Both of those two teams, the Ravens still got to see Kansas City and San Diego. We need to get a win from one of them games. Then you got Houston at 6, Pittsburgh at 7, Chicago at 8, the Bears. You got Seattle. Then cracking the top 10 from 11 is the Baltimore Ravens because of the running game. So you got our defense doing the Ravens giving up the fewest yards in 281 per game and 17.8 points a game. That's number one. And you got Dallas, number 2 again. Still the same thing. But that's the power rankings. They got Baltimore at 10 right now. So we got a shot that they could just keep on playing. Keep on playing. So Ohio State, Urban Myers decides that he wants to retire after the bowl game. He has 3 national championships. The guy went 186-32 in 17 seasons. That's pretty good. That's a good percentage. It's like 863 or something like that. So he's a good coach. We'll see who's going to take over from there. If they just give the assistant. Oh, there's my note. Yep. Bye. What's the text me the address. Bye. So I gotta go get my daughter. Ohio State Urban Meyer decides to retire. NFL defensive end. If you know Hardy from the Cowboys, a defensive end, he's trying to make his appearance in the UFC in January. So another one of them guys, big dudes that try to go into another sport. Usually these guys from football don't make it too well. The only guy is Matt Mitrione. He's been in there slugging it out. I think now he's in Bellator trying to get the championship. So the Sparks have now hired Fisher for their head coaching job. Used to be a point guard for the Lakers, and he's coached before. He should be good now. He's going to be with the ladies. You got the Spurs and the Lakers tonight. The Spurs are 11-3. The Lakers are now 14-9. So they're getting in it. They're going to be in it to win it. The Spurs are the Lakers are trying to get Durant, but they don't think Durant's going to come on to play with Mr. LeBron. And then you got hockey. The Capitals lost to the Knights 5-3. That's for your hockey guys. College football, you got Alabama against Oklahoma. Then you got Clemson against Notre Dame, January 7th. You got the national championship. We got Ravens staying with Jackson. Don't change the formula. You don't want to change the formula if we're winning. You stick with what they have. They have 2 teams, that they need to beat Kansas City and San Diego. We need a win somewhere in there. We got to stay in the wild card. So what they're going to do, the run game in December is what they need. We put over 800 some yards up with these 2 guys, with Gus the Bus and Mr. Jackson. His passes might not be so accurate at times, but he gets 2 chances at least a game because you don't know what he's going to do. So he draws them in, thinks he's going to run, and he can get somebody. Look, all he has to do is manage the game. That's what we did back in 2000 with Trent Dilfer. He managed the game. He didn't turn the ball over. We let our defense handle it. And then our special teams, we got the best kicker in football. First game back for Dixon, he ended up putting up, 60-some yards. Jackson and Gus the Bus need to get that RPO, need to get that mesh. They don't mesh right. Sometimes Jackson wants it, sometimes the Bus, and they fumbled 3 times. We can't do that, especially against Kansas City. We got to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. If we don't keep him off the field, our defense is going to have a long day. Those corners, he's going to rip them up. He's going to, he's thrown for 4 touchdowns a game. They're high-powered. They're offense, but they got a crappy defense. Their defense ain't that good. They're probably in the mid-range. So our offense should match their defense. So we got a number one defense going against the number one offense. We'll see how we do. It's in the away game. We've struggled, but we did get our first win, so we might be all right. And we're only a half game out behind Pittsburgh, so we all know what that leads up to. Last game of the season. Who's it against? Cleveland. It's going to count. Are we going to make it or break it? We'll see what we do. So the Packers, they fire McCarthy. Now they fire their assistant coach because of what he tweeted on the internet, so they got rid of him. And Maryland has their coach, man, Mike Locklear. They were going to get him anyways. That's the guy that was up for the thing. He was a Towson State defensive back here. He went to Towson. He grew up somewhere in D.C., around D.C., so he's always been on their radar for a head coach. He was one of the top assistants. He was the top assistant in Alabama. So he should bring good stuff here. Good quality of life for these guys. They need a different system. A guy that's going to worry about what the boys are doing. Not try to jack them up and get them to do what they do. But Maryland football has a new coach. So that'll be good for them. Like I said, Ravens are sticking with Jackson. My son said they need to go with Flacco. Flacco hasn't practiced in a month, and he's barely practicing now. They said he's not doing much. Throwing the ball around a little. Isn't very mobile yet, so doctors are looking at him. They say he hasn't cleared, at least the last time I read. They say they haven't cleared him. They're just letting him participate in practice, but he hasn't run a full practice. You go with what's healthy and what's winning. I always say that the tire if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. Right now, you're not broke, so you don't have to fix it. The guy got you on a 3-game win streak. See if he can get you to the playoffs. Ride the bus and go with Jackson. Let the running game get you there. But that's what I got. That's Mike Nasty. That's my Sports Talk 12. If you see in the front there, I do a Fat Man workout. One will be coming up tomorrow, a new workout. That'll be Fat Man 16. I've been doing some workouts, Fat Mans, and hanging out live on TV, live on YouTube. If you don't view it, you don't view it. If you view this, you view this. If you don't, you don't. Mike Nasty, live. And I'm out of here because I got to go pick up my daughter from some pasta party. She's been calling me. So, see you later. Hey there, Mr. Ebert. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you watching. What's up, Mr. Mark? Any hunting? Hey, if you catch me a deer, give me some jerky. See ya.